7 EastEnders spoilers for next week 3rd to the 6th of March. 1. Sharon takes control. Sharon and Grant sleep together for the first time in 30 years. While Grant is thrilled, Sharon instantly regrets it, knowing Phil would be devastated if he found out. Grant is frustrated that Sharon still chooses Phil over him, despite her earlier speech about him being needed in Walford. Feeling rejected, he decides to leave again. As he prepares to leave, he finds Bianca having a panic attack. After helping her calm down, the two call a truce, and Grant confesses that he slept with Sharon. Next week, Sharon is horrified to learn that Bianca knows the truth and tries to take control of the situation. She plans to be honest but is interrupted at a crucial moment. After failing to confess, she tells Zack everything, only to realize that someone has overheard them. Later, Barney reveals to Zack that he was the mystery eavesdropper. 2. Bianca continues to struggle. Bianca struggles to adjust after months in Reese's lockup. This week, she suffers a panic attack upon hearing that Reese's body is being released. Next week, she remains unable to face the outside world, despite George reassuring her she's not to blame. Later, Kat visits, and Bianca finally begins to open up about her trauma. 3. Tommy makes a new friend. Tommy's story has been quiet for a while, with him still living with Zack despite Kat and Alfie hoping he'd return home by Christmas. Next week, Kat and Alfie feel proud as Tommy looks for ways to help a friend in need. Alfie and Tommy later host a lads' night for their struggling mate, with Tommy revealing that an online friend suggested a support group. On Tuesday, Kat and Alfie are thrilled when social worker Leslie confirms that Tommy can come home. They acknowledge that his short temper remains an issue. On Wednesday, Tommy moves back in and quickly asks to go online to chat with his friend. Kat admits she got rid of his console but promises to replace it. The next day, Kat struggles with her emotions as Tommy settles in. When Alfie returns injured from a kickabout, Kat wrongly assumes Tommy was responsible. Later, Tommy loses his temper during an argument over his console, showing that his return won't be easy. But should they be concerned about his new online friend? 4. Barney's collapse reveals a shock secret. When Nicola first arrived in Albert Square, it was revealed that she and Zack had a past, having spent a night together 16 years ago. Now, both are living in Walford, setting the stage for drama. Meanwhile, Zack tries to stop Barney from exposing Sharon's night with Grant. He tracks Barney down, but before he can convince him, Barney starts bleeding from his injury sustained in the Vic explosion. At the hospital, a conversation about blood groups sparks a realization for Zack. After speaking to a nurse, he confronts Nicola and asks if he is Barney's father. On Wednesday, Nicola confirms that Zack is Barney's biological dad, leaving him shocked while she worries about what comes next. Zack returns to Walford to drink away his sorrows, but things worsen when Whitney calls, reminding him of another child he hasn't been there for. 5. Things don't go as planned for Bianca. On Tuesday, the Knights do their best to help Bianca get back to normal, as they encourage her to join them at Beals, but she gets overwhelmed and can't leave the house. Kat realizes that Bianca is struggling with her fear and gives her some advice. But when Bianca takes her words on board, things don't go as planned. On Wednesday, Kojo tries to support Bianca as he heads over to Beals to get her some food. However, things take a turn when some lads start hassling Kojo. Peter sounds the alarm, and Bianca is forced to fight her fears to leave the house and be there to back up her friend. Has she turned a corner? 6. Nicola plays her trump card. With both Nicola and Sharon hiding monumental secrets, Nicola plays her trump card with Sharon to protect Barney and Teddy from the truth. After they share a frank conversation, Nicola is pleased as she believes she's gotten things under control. Later, Nicola and Teddy invite Sharon and Zack to join them for a family meal at Walford East. What could go wrong? 7. Elsewhere. Also next week, Harvey's attempt to do a good deed for a grieving Lily backfires massively. Following the blow-up, Kathy is a rock to Harvey after another row at home. As the week goes on, Harvey continues to feel frozen out by the Slaters. Will their attitude towards him push him back to Kathy?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại bạn.